Hi guys! Who's ready for another Facebook Live? Let me get back here. So, I know I always say this, but today is going to be super quick. I am going to share with you a really easy, non-dairy coffee creamer recipe, which is going to be really awesome. If this is the first time you're tuning in, I'm Kelly Shalal, registered dietitian and personal trainer from Hungry Hobby. If you haven't seen some of my other Facebook Live videos or recipe videos, definitely check those out. Last week's was super popular. I was really surprised. It got like almost 8,000 views, which is big for me. So, not a tasty video with 365 billion views, but still big for me. And that one was just on how to make overnight oats. So if that's something that you've never done before, or you want new ways to make overnight oats, definitely check that one out. I've also done how to make a smoothie more filling, adult Lunchables, healthy travel snacks. There was one where my mother-in-law literally taught me on film how to make an artichoke. So if that's something that intimidates you, definitely check that out. Today, I'm going to make one of my more popular recipes on the blog. It's a cashew date coffee creamer. I cannot take total credit for this. My chiropractor, Dr. Kavari at Functional Biomechanics, gave me this idea a long time ago, and then I stole it and decided to make a recipe out of it. And so with that, let's get started. So basically this recipe has 3 ingredients, and I really only count it as 2 ingredients because one of those is water. So we've got cashews. So we're going to do about a half a cup of cashews. Yay! These are unfortunately roasted jumbo cashews, but ideally you have unsalted, unroasted cashews. I'm just rolling with whatever comes my way this week because you can't see it. But back there, there's boxes, and back there, there's boxes, and behind you, there's giant stacks of boxes. So we're in the process of moving, and so I'm just rolling with what I have. So what you're going to do is put about a half a cup of these, and I don't even measure because I'm not cool like that. So you're going to put about a half a cup in here, and this has actually like a measuring thing on it, so that's going to be about a half a cup. Now cashews are really great to add to your diet because they're super high in healthy fats, and we know that healthy fats have a beneficial effect on your heart health, on weight loss and weight maintenance, and yes, I'm reading my cheat sheet, don't look, and your brain and mood regulation. So healthy fats are really super important for that. There's also a ton of minerals in cashews, which is really good for bone health, and antioxidants, of course. All nuts have antioxidants, so adding more nuts to your diet, this is a great way to do it, which protects from different types of cancers and oxidative stress, also leading to better heart health. And the one thing that when I looked up cashews that really kind of excited me is there's a compound in it called hydroxyphenolic acid. Helps with glucose uptake. So if blood sugar control is something that concerns you, then adding more cashews might be beneficial. And of course, all nuts and seeds are going to decrease inflammation in the body. So adding more cashews to your diet, definitely a good thing. Now, I used medjool dates for this recipe. You could probably use any kind of dates. You just want to make sure that you pit them. And here's the awesome thing about using dates in your coffee creamer. How often do you get fiber in your coffee creamer? Probably not very often with a store-bought. So what I just did, I probably should show you, is I pulled off, not on that one. So they have like a little gross top thing where they were attached to the tree. So I just pulled that off and then split it open. You probably can't see that, but then you're just going to take out the pit and throw it right in there with your cashews. So you're going to do 3 to 4 of those depending on how sweet you actually want your coffee creamer. Now, I'm equal opportunity dairy and non-dairy. This is just a way to add a little bit more nutrition, add some nuts and dates and just really high nutritious foods to your diet without buying something pre-made. Other than this, I'm a big fan of just half and half. A lot of my clients, because I do specialize in food sensitivities, a lot of my clients can't do dairy. And so this works out really well for them as long as they're not sensitive to sulfur, which dates have some natural occurring sulfur in, or tree nuts or cashews. So we find that out with the Leap MRT test typically. The dates are going to have tons of minerals as well, which is also going to help with bone health, and they're also super high in antioxidants, but these skins have some fiber in them, which is kind of cool. So what I would do now, I'm not actually going to do it for the sake of not wasting all of this, is I would just fill this to the top. I mean, I would just want to soak it all, so I would fill it all to the top with water, just like I I did in this one right here. So this has been soaking overnight, and I don't know, you guys probably can't see that, so I'll just talk you through it. But the cashews kind of blew up. They're a little bit bigger than they would typically be, and they're softer, which is why you soak them overnight. I'm going to drain this water, but one really cool thing you could do with this water, because it's been soaking in the dates and the nuts, is you could just pour it into ice cube trays and use it in smoothies for a natural sweetener. That's what I would do. Or you can actually use that in your coffee, like as a little sweetener, and put those ice cubes in your iced coffee. So that's always an option. But what I'm going to do right now is just drain this. So I'm going to come over here to my sink. My strainer is packed, so I'm just winging this. So I drained it, and now I'm just going to put it into the Vitamix. Now, these are soft enough, you can use any kind of blender. So I just pour those in, and then you want about a half a cup of water. I didn't exactly measure these, so I think I have more than a half a cup of cashews here, so I might do a little bit more water, but don't worry, I will link the actual recipe that works to you. Typically, also, I would use salt. However, because I had to use these jumbo roasted salted cashews, I'm not going to add any salt, but I did get it out to show you. So, water in. So remember, I soaked those overnight and drained them and just put some more water in. And now I'm just going to blend it up. We're going to have a coffee creamer that has no gross chemicals in it, no hydrogenated oil if you need it to be dairy free. It is. And it's a nice little sweetener too. So, it doesn't take much to blend it, maybe about a minute. So I'm going to turn this on. Okay, now typically I would blend it for a full minute because I don't think you guys want to sit here and watch the blender go for a full minute. I'm not going to blend it that long. And this actually looks like it needs a little bit more water, so we're going to add a little bit more water. And you want to blend it until you get that nice thin half and half consistency. Again, I did a poor job at measuring the recipe, otherwise this would be a lot better. So we'll blend that up. And then you want to keep blending until you see the like specks of the dates go away. I can tell that's perfect. So I'm going to come over to you guys and pour this in front of you. Closer in front of you. So see that? Nice and creamy. Now this recipe made about twice what I would normally make, so just keep that in mind. Now what I have, what the actual recipe I'm going to link to, or if you search for it on the blog, it's just cashew date coffee creamer. It'll make about this much. This has probably got twice that much in it because I did a poor job of measuring because my life is in shambles right now because there's boxes everywhere and there's that. But if you actually measure it, you get just as much. So then you could store this in the fridge with the mason jar lid on. And I actually have a coffee here and I'm going to add to it. Should I come back over? Typically I make my own iced coffee, but my percolator that I make my iced coffee in is actually packed. Big surprise, right? So I got some Starbucks iced coffee, which I clearly drank some of already. There's that. And I just want to show you how yummy this is. Just so nice and creamy. Yummy. Oh, that's so good. So, typically I make my own iced coffee. Got a recipe for that too. I can link that as well. This will store in the fridge. What I should tell you is 3 to 5 days. That's what registered dietitian Kelly tells you. 3 to 5 days that'll last in the fridge, this cashew date coffee creamer. I will tell you that I don't put it in the door. I put it in the back of the fridge where the fridge is the most coldest, and it's lasted way over a week for me before. How do you know when it goes bad? Well, the nuts, the healthy fats in the nuts are kind of unstable. And so when it goes bad, just like dairy, you will smell it and it will smell rancid, and then it's not good anymore. So that's why you make small batches at a time and you pay attention to what you're doing, unlike what I did. But a great way to add some nutrition to your coffee. Your coffee does not have to be this like thing in the morning where you're like, I'm putting the sugary coffee creamer in and I'm starting my day with all these chemicals and artificial sweeteners and this and that. No, your coffee, your very first thing of the day, that wonderful morning ritual can be full of nutrition, full of healthy fats, full of antioxidants, full of minerals, and taste just as good, I promise. So definitely let me know if you give this a try. Half a cup of cashews, 3 to 4 dates, fill with water, put in the fridge overnight, soak them, drain the water, put it in the blender with another half a cup to a cup of water, depending on how thin it comes out. Blend it up and you've got your coffee creamer. So super, super, super easy. I know you guys have questions about what you put in your coffee creamer. I know because I get them all the time, like all the time. And the best part is when people ask me about what they put in their coffee creamer, but this is how they phrase it. They're like, so I put in my coffee this and this and this, and then they look at you and they're like, is that okay? And like you have to say, like, you're just like, you don't really want to hear what I have to say. That's fine. This is a great way to keep your coffee super natural, and that is my answer if you ask me, is are you drinking coffee every day? Because if so, do I care if you put Splenda or an artificial sweetener in your coffee once in a while? No, I don't care. But if you're doing that 365 days a year, we don't know what the effects of that much artificial sweetener is. We know it can be tolerated in small doses, but we also know that there are some negative side effects to the gut microbiome, and in general, like chemicals in your body, not exciting, not great. So this is just a great way to, again, keep it more real food, keep it more natural, etc. So that's why I thought I would share it with you. Plus, it's super easy to do while all my rest of my kitchen is packed up. This Vitamix is going straight in a box and straight to the apartment that we're going to be in 30 days. So that's going to be fun. Definitely follow along on the blog, and I will share with you guys in a couple weeks what I brought to the apartment. Minimalistic, healthy food, living, what you actually need to be healthy. That's my plan to show you when we're in the apartment and living in a very small space and don't have all the fancy gadgets and all that stuff. So definitely tune in with me in a couple weeks for that. If you guys have anything else you want covered, as always, please let me know. I am definitely open to covering anything, cooking with you, anything. Whatever you need, I'm here for you guys. I have a lot of fun doing it. So with that, I hope you guys have a rest of the week, and I'm going to get to packing the rest of my kitchen up. I'm taking all the stuff that I just shoved in all these cabinets out and into a box. So have a great week, guys. Let me know if you have questions. I'll link to the recipe below, above, however Facebook works. Or if you're watching this on YouTube later, it'll be below. All right, guys, have a great week. Bye.